Growing up, Kelsey and I were not exactly the best of friends by any means. I'm pretty sure that there were times when our parents weren't sure that we were going to survive childhood. I think plastic bat to the face, it was an accident. So, I'm your stereotypical big sister. I love being in charge of situations, especially when she's involved. And I also thrive off of telling my little sister about all the great things that she should have already started doing. So Kelsey was the cutest little sister. I can say that now because I'm more mature. But she said the absolute cutest things. She had a difficult time pronouncing our daycare mom, Angela's name, so she would call her Yaya, and 33 years later, it has still stuck. So. As if it wasn't confusing already, we have two uncles named Dave on the same side of the family. And so they were Dave and the other Dave. Still not sure which one is which. I don't know. So whether we were going to Applebee's for dinner or putting ketchup, on our eggs in the morning, or if we were asking her to change her underwear. Any guesses? Underwear. Kelsey always put a smile on our faces. When we were little, I loved doing my own thing, but I was sometimes gifted into playing with my annoying but very adorable little sister. We would play things like school or do beanie baby hunts. These activities usually included the Fleshers. They're back there. So I think Kelsey really loved when they came over because I was much more willing to play with her then. As much as I complained about it then, I look back on it now and I realized that Kelsey was part of all of my favorite memories growing up. One of my favorites was when we went to South Dakota for a family vacation. We went on this big, huge, long road trip, and it was long because we were, I don't know, 8, 10, so it's really long. But we went on for one of our excursions, we went horseback riding in the Black Hills. So Kelsey was equal parts excited and nervous as we pulled up to that dude room. Lucky for Kelsey, she got the horse that was extra cranky and was not loving having somebody sit on top of them that day. You guys will understand later. Kelsey tried her best to make that horse simply walk with the rest of the horses in line, but for whatever reason, the horse was not having it. It took the horse almost walking off the side of the mountain for the trainer to finally switch horses with her. And I'm happy to report we all made it to the bottom of the mountain unscathed. So, one thing that I admire most about Kelsey is her unwavering perseverance and strength. Whether it's pursuing a career path in teaching or trying her hand at a crazy new hobby, Kelsey throws herself wholeheartedly into life. Her commitment to embracing challenges and growing as a person truly is inspiring. I've looked up to you for a very long time, and I know that at the beginning you were looking up to me, but the tables have turned, for sure. When she asked me to be her matron of honor, I was honored, but also incredibly terrified of writing the speech. I'm usually decent with my words when I can write them down, but the problem is I got married first, and she was my maid of honor. And she wrote the most incredible maid of honor speech. Incredible. There was no way I was going to be able to live up to it. Growing up, things didn't always come easy to Kelsey, and she had to work hard and practice more than I ever did. But she never gave up, and she always put all of her heart into everything that she did. She freaking crushed her maid of honor speech that day. So it was hard for me to even listen through my tears and cry for her, because that's what I have. I'm so proud of my little sister. As Kelsey grew up, I started to feel a sense of pride for her that I'll never be able to fully put into words. With every accomplishment, every milestone, my admiration for her has only grown. Her unwavering perseverance, strength, and commitment to embracing new challenges is truly inspiring. It's been amazing to see Kelsey evolve into the kind, compassionate, and strong woman that she is today. As Kelsey begins this new chapter with Chris, I want to share my piece of advice, because being the older sister, I do know what is best. So you ready? Marriage is a journey, not a destination. It takes work, patience, and a whole lot of love. Always make sure that you both are heard, and try to understand where the other is coming from, no matter how hard it is. And remember, laughter is the best medicine. Never stop finding the joy and humor in life together. And Kels, always remember the whiskey. Kelsey, I am so proud of the woman that you've become, and I'm honored to call you my sister and my friend. I know that no matter what life throws your way, your love and commitment to each other will be the rock that you build on. Chris, I am honored to call you my brother-in-law, and I am so happy that Kelsey has such a humble, caring, and compassionate guy by her side. Congratulations to you both. May your love and story just be the beginning, with many more laughs and adventures and happily ever afters to come. If you could please raise your glass. Here is the first toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Gulligan.
With that. Hello everyone. I'd first like to say how much of an honor it is to stand up in front of all of you all and make a fool out of myself. I would like to specifically thank Steve, Laura, Mark, and Cindy for helping making this a memorable night of Kiss the Culture. Also, thank you to everyone for being here to celebrate their journey. I'm Sean, and for those of you that don't know, I've known Chris for 26 years, or since birth. As the youngest brother, I can say I've learned quite a bit from my older brother. One of the most lasting lessons he's taught me is that if you put smoldering coals into a hollowed-out tree trunk, it will catch fire, and the neighbors will call the fire department. Or, if him and his friends stuck you into the closet, when you break your way out, your dad will blame you for breaking said closet. Needless to say, we had quite an eventful childhood. As I watched Chris grow up throughout the years, I've seen him grow quite a bit as a person. He's hardworking, a good leader, and more importantly, he taught me how to be so sarcastic. Since you met Kelsey, she's made it even better. You can clear how kind, generous, and pleasant you are, Kelsey. Not to mention the fact that you've gone on multiple family trips with us and didn't pull your hair out when screaming through the building. Anybody that knows our family knows that's a strong character right there. proud to welcome you into our family and to call you Jordan. And with all that, I think we should all raise our glasses. And I wish you guys a happy marriage full of laughter and good times.
Okay. A couple years ago, I had to do a speech like this for Kenna, who did such a wonderful job just now. And I got all kinds of grief for being a little lengthy on the speech. My time was up there beyond where it should have been. But thank you, Kenna, for following my footsteps and making enough time for me to run back to my car and get my speech.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. For those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, I'm Mark, Kelsey's dad. First, I'd like to say thank you all for sharing Kelsey and Chris's special day with us. We hope you have a great time. We'll go away with fond memories of this celebration. I'd also like to thank Steve and Laura for your support and friendship throughout the planning and execution of the celebration. Cindy and I look forward to continued exchanges in the future. Of course, we'd like to express our appreciation to the many family members and friends who've done so much to make this day special for Kelsey and Chris. All the help with last-minute details, decorating, fixing meals, snacks, and generally keeping Cindy away from the edge of the cliff. Very much appreciated. There's so many of you that if I took the time to name you all, this speech would be longer than the one I gave for Ken and Alex. So suffice it to say, you know who you are. Thank you all so much. Okay, 1991 was a truly fantastic year for Minnesota. It started in the spring when the underdog North Stars made it to the Stanley Cup final. Came out of nowhere. They lost 4-2, made an otherwise ordinary season so great. And of course in October, the Twins won the 7 games, the greatest World Series of all time, the greatest Game 7 of all time. Those were great, but of course, most important event of the year occurred on June 17th. A lot of you are probably thinking that's the day Payne Stewart won the U.S. Open in 18-hole playoff right here in Chaska, Minnesota. You wouldn't be wrong. That came in a distant second. That's the day that Cindy and I welcomed Kelsey Ann into the world. Lives with Cindy, Ken, and I have never been the same since. As Ken said, Kelsey was adorable. While she was very shy and had trouble communicating sometimes, she never failed to bring a smile to your face. We used to say she had her own language. It was Kelseyese. So this day, if I need to excuse myself from the table, I say, I have to go at the bathroom. Something else that always struck me was the way people took a special interest in Kelsey. My mother, for instance, felt the need once to tell Grandpa that she thought he was showing favoritism. Sorry, Kenneth. My sister Lynn was another. Kelsey, you remember when Lynn came for a visit? What she would have you do with her first thing in the morning? Remember that? It was awesome. Hard to believe Lynn left us 25 years ago. That's one of the fondest memories that I have, and I thank you so much for it. Some of the best times in our lives were the ones chasing girls around to their activities. Both Ken and Kelsey played soccer, volleyball, a little bit of basketball, and dance. I wasn't much help with dance, but was fortunate enough to be on the field or the court with them in their other sports. What I did... Okay, I wasn't much help with dance, but was fortunate enough to be on the field or court with both of them. What I did with them and their teammates could not really even be called coaching. I just was out there having a good time with them. But the one decision I made was in a game of Kelsey's I'm really proud of. We ended our soccer season with a tournament, made it all the way to the finals. Because the tournament games could not end in a tie, we practiced our free kicks the week before the tournament. And wouldn't you know it, we went into a shootout in the final game. Kelsey always had a great leg. She was usually unfazed by pressure. So I set up the players so Kelsey could take the final free kick. It came down to her. And she buried it. We won the tournament. For those of you who've known Kelsey for only her adult years, it might surprise you that she was an introvert most of her life. Kelsey, I'm so proud of the wonderful woman you've become. With utmost respect to Anna and your mother, you're my hero. You've encountered so many challenges through the years, met them head on, and conquered them all. I admire your drive and perseverance and couldn't be more proud of you achieving your lifelong goal of being a teacher. Can't recall exactly the first time I met Chris, but from the moment I met you, I had a feeling this would be the outcome. And I couldn't be happier. The look in your eye and the attention you paid to Kelsey made me feel you were truly the right one for her. I continue to witness the admiration between the two of you, and every time I see that glimmer in your eye when you're together. Something Chris and I have in common is our interest in whiskey. I think that was the first time we had Chris over to the house and made a Manhattan for him. He told me it was great. I realized he probably was trying to impress me because after I tasted my own, I realized they didn't put the bitters in. I guess I was probably more nervous than he was. Chris, I'm so happy you've had influence on Kelsey. Have her accompany you and your family to your summer fishing trips. I guess that's what love can do. We've never had much success getting her interested in those types of activities. Now she's proud to display her pink tackle box and fishing pole. Maybe there's a chance we can plan our own fishing trip. Sounds fun, doesn't it, Cindy? I think any dad with a daughter out there would have to agree the most important thing in life is to see your baby happy. I'm incredibly pleased that I can say both my girls have found their best friend and seem happiest when they're together. Keep up the work, boys. Raise your glass for a toast to the bride and groom. Many blessings in your new adventure together.
You know, that was such a good speech. I hear a lot of them, but he knocked it out of the park. Good job, Mark. All right, I'm going to turn it over to you, too.
Well, hey, thanks everybody for being here. Really appreciate getting everybody upstairs. We're truly blessed to have this many people show up. This is awesome. We're grateful for everyone here. This is more than I could have expected. This is beautiful. Wonderful.
Thanks everyone. Very repetitive of what Chris is going to say, but thanks for everyone for coming and for friends that traveled far away. I have friends from Arizona in my wedding party. Thanks to her, and I have friends I haven't seen in a while coming from Colorado. And just everyone that's helped us through this journey and the planning process. Thank you.
Yeah, put your hands together for them. All our people there. Good job, you guys. All right, we're going to be doing a cake cutting, and then we're going to be downstairs, and we're going to be doing the first dances as a married couple. So let's give one more round of applause, you guys. Whenever you're ready, come on downstairs, and we'll get the rest of the night going. Thank you.
Yeah.